We have 2 audience members here and 3 over here. Okay. Hi, I'm Victoria Morrow, and I'm first going to discuss the Texas Wildlife Association, better and more commonly known as the TWA. The TWA is an assembly of wildlife managers, ranchers, and hunters coming together to manage, preserve, conserve, enhance wildlife and wildlife habitats across Texas. The TWA does a lot and is dedicated to promoting the betterment of the human condition, particularly through hunting and wildlife conservation. I'm first going to discuss the TWA's establishment and its background. So one thing to consider is Texas is the second largest state with approximately 268,600 square miles of land and water. Furthermore, 95% of this land is privately owned. In 1985, the TWA recognized this and created a mission to assist these private landowners in improving their moral relationship to the land. By doing so, they decided to better land conditions, manage wildlife population, and improve hunting standards. The cooperation and commitment between private landowners and the TWA is essential for the future security of wildlife, game, non-game, and rare species of animals or plant. The TWA was started as a nonprofit focusing on the conservation of Texas wildlife. It is now an organization that promotes youth and adult hunting and fishing education, land conservation, as well as hunting safety and skills. The TWA encourages membership to promote hunting traditions and to educate and give the opportunity to new generations of Texans to recognize the pleasures of the great Texas outdoors. By joining the TWA, you strengthen their work with legislators, educators, and wildlife biologists to defend private lands and the many species of wildlife they support. TWA is now one of the most prominent and established hunting associations in Texas. At a mere 33 years old, the TWA has grown and developed tremendously since its establishment. The Texas Wildlife Association, as mentioned before, was founded in 1985 after the realization for the demand of conservation measurements on privately owned land. As time progressed, the TWA worked specifically on game hunting regulations. They provide a hunter safety education course that requires hunters to pass this course before participating in any type of hunting activities. Now, the association is 10,000 members strong and promotes safe, educated, and ethical hunting for all. The progression and growth of the Texas Wildlife Association promotes vast projects to better the human condition. I am lastly going to discuss these projects specifically encouraged in Texas. According to the texaswildlife.org, the TWA's website, TWA has various programs such as supporting the TWA PAC, water conservation, wind energy, property rights, and many more. These programs are established in order to guard private property rights, follow landowner safeties and wildlife management tools, endorse and conserve Texas hunting heritage, and actively influence the outcomes in both state and federal legislature. The TWA has a large impact in regulating hunting and educating hunters through Texas. The TWA has something called a game warden, and these game wardens are some of the most powerful law enforcers throughout Texas. These wardens are conservation officers who ensure the valid wildlife codes are obeyed and enforced during hunting. Additionally, they enforce that any federal laws that pertain to the outdoor activities are followed as well. As mentioned before, the TWA is now 10,000 members strong and continues to promote safe, ethical hunting as well as wildlife habitat management. Additionally, they are persisting to preserve Texas traditions through educating residents on the benefits of hunting and the beauty of the Texas parks and outdoors. The Texas Wildlife Association promotes the betterment of the human condition, particularly through wildlife conservation of hunted game between the TWA and private landowners. However, there are still many other Texas-based organizations that also assist in improving the human condition through wildlife conservation. One of these is the Coastal Conservation Association, better known as the CCA. This is an association that primarily focuses on the betterment of coastlines and fisheries.